I'm Stephanie,
I am Meredith.
and welcome to This Is My Circus.
On a delay.
On a delay. Oops.
Sorry, that was on me.
Life happens.
It does. It
It's all good.
does.
It's all good.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling my best.
Well,
So
I'm glad you're feeling better.
I am feeling better. So, I mean, can we throw it out there?
Mhm,
Okay. I mean, it's my thing. I guess we can throw it out there if we want to, if I want to.
mhm. It's
Again,
it's like I said, it's our podcast. Who's gonna yell at us?
right? So I have always struggled with my weight. I've always struggled. So I've tried several different things and I just don't have the willpower. And I don't know. It's like a cycle. Like I get heavier and my depression gets worse and then heavier and like it's a mess. And I
Hmm.
haven't known what to do. So I'm trying Ozempic
Hmm.
and y'all can come with me if you want to,
No.
whatever. I've got to do, I'm going to die somehow. So I've got to figure out something to help me. Well, one of the side effects with this medication is stomach pain.
Hmm.
And I can see why it would help you lose weight because
You're in pain.
intense pain. Like it's literally just pain. Like
Hmm.
for me, I'm sure it's different for other people. Like there's nothing else associated. There's not gas. It's not anything else. It's literally just pain.
Yeah.
And almost like cramps.
Hmm.
So anyway, I've been trying to figure all of that out. It's very common with one of these medications, and I'm actually taking not the name brand. It's like the compounded med that my doctor is able to
Yeah.
get for me. So it's a little more price friendly for me. So one of the side effects is stomach pain. Been trying to figure that out and battle that. So I'm just going to deal with it. But I'm not hungry. So one of the things with me too, though, is, and I never realized it was really a thing until I heard somebody else say it, and I was like, oh, that makes so much sense. Food noise.
Hmm.
Like in my head, even if I'm not hungry, I have a lot of thoughts about food.
Hmm.
Oh, I want to go get a cookie, like
Hmm.
that kind of stuff. Or I'm taking Jackson through the drive-through. I'll get, whatever. So it's just quieted all that.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes. I'm excited about it. Um, like I said, we'll see. I need something.
Yeah.
I am not doing it on my own.
Yeah.
So I need something to kick me in the pants.
Yeah.
So hopefully this will kick me.
Well, my weight has gone from super tiny
Yeah.
to up to at my heaviest with all my thyroid problems.
Hmm.
I went from like 130 pounds up to I think 179 was like my
Wow.
highest.
Yeah.
And for my build, like
Yeah.
that was like my pregnancy weight, or
Right.
honestly, that was more than my pregnancy weight.
Yeah.
So that was really, it was such a, especially for women, I think, and men, of course,
Right.
it affects them as well. But I think for us, it's such a societal
It
um,
is.
thing.
It's a stigma
Yeah.
almost. And I go back and forth in my head on screw it. I'm, just gonna do whatever I want to do and just be happy. And then the other side of me is like, well, I'm not happy because I look back at pictures of me and I look like Tracy was saying when we talked to her,
Hmm.
I just look like a messy slob. And so
I think you're beautiful
well,
and amazing, and I love you the way you are, but I totally get it.
thank you. I love you too. I just want to feel better.
Yeah. No, I get it.
And that is more of what it is. So, and then plus just, with birthdays, our bodies just don't do what they used to, and
Hmm.
joint pain and all
Yeah.
those things. So hopefully if I lose some weight, that'll help with that. So with that said, I'm doing my best.
You can have a complete, like, total breakdown like I did and just not eat for a year.
That might be it. That might be what I need. No,
I
I
don't
don't
recommend.
I don't think I could handle that mentally.
0 stars.
Yeah.
Do not
Yeah.
recommend.
Yeah, well, I've never been to that point, so who knows? I might eat more at that point, but yeah, I make really bad food choices.
Yeah,
I really love sweet stuff. Like I love sweet stuff,
same.
and I
There's like Sour Patch Kids over there, and like,
right. Like so, I just need, and like I said, this
yeah,
quiets that.
yeah,
It shuts it up.
yeah,
Actually, is a better way to say it. I can, live my life without always having that. And it's probably one of those things that unless you have been through it, you don't really understand what that means. Um, so that's where I am. I'm trying to be a better, healthier person by putting medicines in my body.
Listen, I told you this. We were texting
Yeah.
a couple of days ago, and I really do think that the food in our country is a big part of the problem.
Yeah.
Because when I was away for the week,
Hmm.
I ate more than I eat ever normally, and I was much less active,
Yeah.
and came back and I had lost 9
That's
pounds.
crazy. Well, and like we had said, we have mutual friends that when they travel out of the
Yeah.
country and they're eating the croissants and the bread and the cheeses in Paris or wherever they are, that
Mhm.
they feel better.
Yeah.
So, like we said, solution is to travel more.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's where we are.
We're gonna have to travel out of the country
Out
though.
of the country.
We
It's
had our
okay.
several locations in. We're gonna have to
Yeah, we're gonna have to
venture out.
expand a little bit.
Hmm.
Well, I've got my passport ready. I'm fine.
Okay.
But anyway, thanks for working with me to reschedule and like
Again, it's our
it's our
podcast.
podcast. We can do what we want to,
Who's gonna yell at us?
right? That's
Y'all
right.
aren't, are you? You
No.
guys are patient with us.
They love us. They love us. I do get texts though when our app doesn't drop. They're like, "What happened to the app?" And I'm like, "Oh." So anyway, last week's episode with Tracy was so fun.
Oh my gosh, I know. We need to do like a little segment, maybe once a month or every other month with
Uh-huh.
her. She is amazing.
Yep. And there's several others that have reached out that
Oh,
want
cool.
to collab, and then with some people that we'd already talked about
Mhm.
that we want to have on. So let us know, guys, what you think about us including somebody. And if you want to hop on with us, please. It'd be so much fun.
We love y'all.
Yes, we do. And we're yappers. Okay. So you've been doing good though? You were out of town.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I was a little bit in my feelings today because I had to go to Dylan's school with him to do his senior schedule.
Oh, are
So
you okay now?
I think so.
Did you got everything situated?
Yeah, yeah. He's actually gonna do mostly college classes next year. Do it with dual enrollment. He
Mm-hmm.
has one class that he'll have to do, which is an online class for high
To
school.
graduate.
Mhm. But the rest is all college. And he's doing a college class right now, but I'm a little bit like, oh my gosh.
I am so not ready for this.
Yeah. It was like, oof. But his guidance counselor is awesome. Like,
Good.
I adore her.
Good.
She's wonderful. And, he is excited to not be in high school anymore.
I know.
We're not going to talk about it though.
No, we're not. We're not. We're not. Well, that's good. Now, how's he feeling with lacrosse season coming up?
He isn't doing lacrosse this year.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
how's he feling with like his buddies starting to talk about it? Has he said anything or no?
No,
He's already over it.
Mhm.
Okay, good.
Yeah, he has processed all of that.
How are you?
I'm sad, but I understand why.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah, it's very mature of him.
Hmm.
Jackson had a mature moment the other day.
Don't you hate
Well,
those?
yeah.
I mean, I love him, but I hate him.
Yeah, 100%. So he's always played, well, not always, but like for the past several years, a travel basketball. After school basketball is over. Well, he'll be a junior next year, which is a big year for recruiting for football. So our plan, quote, was for him to not play this travel basketball and to just focus on camps and working out and stuff. And he was like, okay, that's fine. Like he just kind of does basketball. He likes it and to hang out with his friends, but he just kind of does it, you know.
Not passionate about it.
No.
Yeah.
So he texted me. It was like 11 o'clock at night and he was upstairs. Text me. Hey mama. Yeah, bud. I think I might want to do AAU. I was like, okay. And he had this big, he is not a, I don't know if Dylan's like this. He's not a big paragraph texter.
Yeah.
It's a WYA.
Yeah.
Like where you at, like that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
And he was like, it just keeps me in really good shape for football. The conditioning with it is something that I kind of have to do so I can play, so it works better for me. You guys don't have to go to all the stuff. I'll be driving more by then. And I was like, it's a really mature decision. And I don't know how I feel about it.
Yeah.
So of course I did we'll talk about it later.
Yeah. Pause.
Yeah.
Let's put a pin in that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Tough.
yeah. Oh,
I know.
I'm just, not ready for all this.
I'm not either. I'm very proud, but just it sucks.
I miss when they were in little bald heads.
And had no teeth
Yes.
in their heads, and they couldn't speak because of the lisps with that.
Yeah. So, anything else new?
No, just work. It's been pretty the past couple of days outside, and that sucks because it's probably going to get cold again and rainy again, and then I'm just going to be really upset. I really start to get spring fever bad.
I do too, and we've talked about this before on the pod too, like seasonal or situational
Yeah.
depression.
Yep.
Soaking up the sun definitely is a huge help.
Yeah. Yeah. So no, I've been just kind of chilling.
Well, like I don't ever sleep, so I
Right.
doom scroll.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I have been dying at all of these, the Elon Musk Doge Committee, whatever,
Uh-huh.
all the stuff that they're finding that has been a waste of money. Have you seen these?
I've seen some of them.
So I follow this guy, and I'll link him in the show notes. But he does a daily like update
Okay.
on what they're finding and how much money was used annually on these either
Random things.
programs
Okay.
or whatever initiatives.
What
So
you
do
got?
you want to hear some of
I cannot
the
wait.
crazy ones?
Let me hear it.
Okay. So
Wait, and time out.
yeah,
Who's spending this money? This is
this is our government.
our federal government.
Yes.
Okay.
And they're very upset about
Uh-huh.
this audit going on.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Very.
so it is what it is. But
I'm very upset about Sheen and Timu, but we can talk about that later.
yeah.
Okay, so tell me
So
about Elon.
first, they found that our national treasury has just been like signing off on every single thing that comes across their desk. They were told not to deny anything. So we have been funding like terrorist organizations.
Oh my God.
And like all sorts of things that have been going on.
Oh
And
my gosh.
yeah, so literally everything. They've never denied a request. And I'm like, dude, why didn't us little peasants know? Because
Right, just slide a blank check and have them
thank
sign it in the
you.
stack of stuff.
Yes. Okay. So let's see. The first one is National Bubble Wrap Stress Release Study. And it was given $1.4 million a year to see if bubble wrap helps with stress.
Oh my.
$1.4 million a year.
Speechless.
Yeah. Okay. Well, hold on to
Okay.
that speechless
Okay.
because the Bureau of Mailbox Feng Shui
Shut up.
received $900,000 a year per year. We don't know when these started. Like,
Right, we don't know how many years.
has this been going on?
Feng Shui?
Yeah. No, no, no. Okay, so my hate for clowns.
Yeah.
This next one, the Federal Balloon Animal Training Academy, to train clowns to twist balloons into animals. Take a wild guess. Wild guess.
$500,000.
2.3 million a year. 2.3 million dollars to teach clowns.
Why is that something that was even presented to our federal government
Thank
as
you.
we need your money for this?
Yes. Oh, it gets better.
Okay.
Department of Sock Pairing received $1.8 million annually. My socks never find pairs. So what are they doing?
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Oh my, this doesn't even sound real.
Oh, it gets better. It keeps getting worse, I should
Right,
say.
right.
The Federal High Five Coordination Bureau received $1.2 million a year, ensuring we give correct high fives. Have you ever been critiqued on a high five? Because I've never been critiqued on a high five.
Only, oh no, that was a
I've never
thumbs
been.
up.
I've never been taught a high five by any.
Who high fives anymore? It's a death.
Yep. The Office of Puddle Depth Measurement received $3 million a year to see how much rainwater was wasted in potholes. So instead of using that $3 million to fix the potholes, they used $3 million.
I really and truly feel like. Do you ever play Mad Libs?
Yes.
I feel like that's kind of what this is.
The Federal Kazoo Orchestra grant was granted $2 million a year. Kazoos, like zoop zoop zoo. Yeah.
This is ludicrous.
All right. The National Bureau of Advanced Stapler Engineering was, I guess, initially created to create a stapler that doesn't jam, and they were giving $1.7 million a year. The car headlight hotline is $36 million a year. So if you don't know how to turn on your headlights, you can call into this hotline. In 2023, they had 40 people call the hotline for the year, and they've kept it going. I don't know when it started, but that was the 2023. They had the stat for how many phone calls they received.
Speechless.
Yes. You don't know how to turn on your headlights?
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. $37 million went to Gaza to supply them with condoms.
Shut up.
Yes, 37 million. Okay, and so in honor of the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
we have some football related cuts.
Okay.
The National Huddle Standardization Board was granted $12 million a year to ensure that teams have a perfect circle for their huddle. Have you ever seen a perfect circle ever?
No, and I've never seen it be a big deal.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, where did that $12 million go? They're not teaching the NFL.
Wow.
The Bureau of Halftime Show Security. Why is our government paying for security for the halftime? They were getting $20 million budget annually. 20 million. Why is our federal government paying that?
I have nothing to say.
I didn't write down this one, how much they were given annually. It was in the millions. The Department of Gatorade color uniformity to ensure that the Gatorade matched the team colors.
Wow.
So those were cut. So they're gonna have to figure out how to huddle on their own. And
Max
hopefully,
pair of socks.
what in the world?
That sounds like a bunch of random words
Yeah.
put together
Uh-huh.
that a headlight phone number shouldn't even. Okay, let's talk about the headlight thing. If you don't know how to work your headlights,
You shouldn't be driving if you don't have to run your headlights.
good point. What do most people do now when they can't figure out how to do something?
Google.
Exactly. Or look YouTube video.
Yeah.
Yes. But no, we're gonna
Call a hotline for them to tell you to twist a little knob.
how many people work at this place?
It doesn't say. It doesn't say anything. Like there's no
There's no
like,
other info.
no, it's just like we cut these federal programs that are a waste of money. And then federal government is mad about it. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, make it make sense.
I did see somebody on TikTok, and this was put it so perfectly, was like last year or a couple of years ago, they wanted to send out all these federal agents about taxes, like audits, and they're sending federal agents with guns to people's homes to audit their taxes and stuff. And there was no uproar. There was no like, this is not okay.
Right.
But now that we're auditing all these
the Gatorade color,
goofy
yeah,
freaking committees or whatever they are, like initiatives,
we're upset about it.
right? And one of these things was like in 1998 it started, and we've just been auto paying this every year, and
they just had our card number on file and
yeah,
charging
it's like Netflix.
Yeah, that is insane.
Yeah. So we'll see how this all goes.
Wow. Well, I mentioned Shein and Temu because the USPS had put a block on anything coming from China, packages, not letters, only packages.
Right.
And I guess potentially other countries, I don't know, that's the one that directly affects me. But then I'm pretty sure they already lifted that.
I don't know, but doesn't DHL usually deliver?
Yes, but it's got to get to them first. I honestly don't know where it comes from.
I'm sure they'll figure out a different like way. I did hear rumors, and I don't know, there was this in the talks of doing away with USPS altogether.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah.
We might not have that as an option anymore.
Yeah.
Soon anyway. So
yeah. It's crazy times, dude.
Did you know that I did not know this, and like this blows my mind that we're still using this currency, that it costs 3 cents to create 1 penny?
I didn't know we were using no.
It costs 3 cents to make 1 penny. So Elon Musk is saying, like, why are we still making pennies? This is stupid.
Yeah.
It costs more than it's worth.
Yeah, let's knock that out. Like the silver dollar, the half pence. Let's just be gone and let's just move on. Nickels.
What's a half a pence?
Half a penny, right?
I don't know. I don't know what that is.
Half pence.
2.5
pence. 2.5 pence. Alms for the poor. I don't know.
I was like, that sounds like it's from like a Dickens.
And I think that's probably what it was. You're listening here for entertainment, not to learn anything, so go with me.
Oh my gosh.
That is crazy.
Well, hopefully we don't not get our packages from our lovely shopping.
So I'm hosting a shower for my nephew and niece that are getting married.
Oh yeah, we did talk about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I was ordering some decorations, and I'm like, ooh. Hopefully it'll get here. If not, Amazon to the rescue.
Yes. Have you ordered any TikTok shop stuff lately?
No.
I did get my serum.
Yeah?
And I am liking it a lot better than the French pharmacy stuff.
Nice. Okay. You got the one that we talked about with the little and the ampules?
Yes.
Okay.
And it was a 2 package thing. There's another like I don't know, some other kind of serum with it too. So you put like the one that you got
Mm-hmm.
on first.
Hydrolol.
Yeah.
Halala.
Yeah, that thing.
Acid.
Yeah. Hydroclonic, hydro something, whatever.
Hydrolonic.
Sure.
Hydroclonic.
I don't know.
Drop that chronic.
Okay, Snoop.
Yeah. Okay. So you put that on.
Yes. And then you put the other one on top of it, like to
Hmm.
seal it all in.
Yeah.
So,
I like the way that Ampule One feels.
mhm.
I don't like moisturizers that are make me hot.
Okay.
And a lot of them, when they're thicker, I feel like I'm suffocating.
Oh.
Yeah, but you know, I'm the weird one. So I like things that are light serums, gel, moisturizers, that kind of thing.
Yeah. I did order, we talked about that caffeine eye cream,
Yeah.
but it hasn't come yet. So
Okay.
next week we should be able to talk
Okay.
about that.
Nice.
We'll see.
Nice. I tried some of those gold eye patches.
Mhm.
I liked them.
Yeah.
I probably should do them every day.
Yeah, well, you see, like,
They're just so puffy.
I know, I know. So then I'm like looking up on TikTok while I'm doom scrolling how to get rid of bags.
Yeah.
And it gave me all of these like facial muscle techniques. Like
To try to,
yeah, you're supposed to work out your face and I didn't know that.
I didn't, you're like so disappointed, like nobody told me. I
I
didn't know
am like
this
sick
either.
of working out everything else and now I gotta work out my face.
I'm not.
And
It's
then like
not.
the one
Maybe
lady,
this is why I have a weight problem. I'm not.
this lady's like, I do this in the car, and then she's like, you tuck your upper lip under your teeth, and then you lift up like the corners of your mouth.
What's that do?
It's like your cheek muscles. You gotta like lift them.
I'm just squinting my eyes. I don't follow directions. Well, good. I'm glad that you like it.
Yeah. We had touched quickly on football and mentioned the Super Bowl. Now,
Yes.
did you hear that Tom Brady has dropped a bomb
No.
saying that he has proof that the Chiefs owner's wife paid off the refs
Shut up.
millions? Yes. He said he has proof. Yeah, I haven't seen anything come through with what the proof is, but he said that he has proof.
This is from a legit Tom Brady, not an AI Tom Brady.
No, like this is like Tom Brady.
I mean, I want to think it's rigged because there's no way these two teams would be back there again.
Listen, did you watch any of the
Oh, yeah.
Chiefs games?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It was clearly
Yeah. But you know, you think
not
that,
even.
yeah, in my heart, I want to think people aren't like that. People definitely are like that.
I can't stand Mahoney.
I know.
I'm sorry if
I
y'all are. I like Andy Reid
Mm-hmm.
because you know I love my Eagles,
Right.
and so if the Eagles weren't in it, I'd be like, okay, cool, Andy, you go
Yeah,
get it.
go
But
get it. Yeah.
if they're cheating, I don't like it.
No, I don't. What? Yeah, you know, Tom Brady's one to talk. What? Remember Deflategate?
He's deflecting, but I'm. But if it's true,
Yeah.
they better not be doing that against my Eagles.
Right. I don't want anybody to win. I'm not. I just want to see this halftime show, of course, and then what comes out of after the halftime show.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be drama no matter what happens.
I obviously want the Eagles to win, so
Yeah.
yeah. They'd be on fire.
I mean, I like Saquon, so
Mm-hmm.
I'd be okay if they win. I definitely want them to win more than the Chiefs. Who cares? It's the same game as last year. Get up, move on. And I love, you know, I love football,
Yeah.
but this is just so like you.
Yeah.
Everybody else in the world wanted the Lions and the Bills.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Something different. So anyway.
Well, I would have been okay with like the Bills and the Eagles.
Yeah, same. I don't even know who's in the AFC and
I
I
don't
don't
either.
understand all that. Or, I mean, I understand it. I just don't know it. Okay, so moving on.
Yes, hopefully that's not true, but
Right.
if it is, screw y'all.
Yeah. So did you hear that there were some declassified documents?
Yes. I didn't read them.
I haven't read them, but RFK, MLK, and JFK's classified documents from their assassinations
Mm-hmm.
were shut, locked up. Apparently I don't know if they're released yet or they're going to be released.
I think that they're
They're in
supposed to
process.
be, yeah. But I did watch a TikTok that somebody kind of broke down the MLK one,
Oh.
and it wasn't pretty.
Yeah.
It wasn't what everybody thought.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
He did great things.
Yeah.
Not taking that away
Yeah.
from him, but he was apparently involved in a lot of other things.
Yeah.
That is not passed down.
I get that. Most people in that position
Yeah.
just like those football refs.
And I'm not one to read documents, so I'll
Right.
wait till somebody summarizes it all.
And makes a TikTok or
Yeah.
3 TikToks about it. And I'm hoping not all of it's redacted
Yeah.
too. Like if it's all just black Sharpie, whatever. But
Yeah.
I'm very interested to see what comes of those.
Same. Yeah, I think there's going to be an uproar.
Yes,
I don't think it's going to be
probably.
pretty. Have Have you heard about the lady in Pakistan, the lady from New York?
Mm-mm.
Oh my God. It's all over my For You page.
Okay.
And this woman was catfishing this 18-year-old. She's 33. I found this guy who is in Pakistan who speaks English, who is giving the story time every day about
Okay.
what's going on.
Okay.
Um, and telling in such detail, and like he is so funny. He is like, oh, this is our new sister-in-law to the country. Like he's awesome. So I'll link all of that so everybody can
Okay.
go if you want to watch it. But this woman was a 33-year-old woman from New York,
Mm-hmm.
talking online to this 18-year-old boy from Pakistan with a filter to make her look like an AI filter, to make her look like she was a blonde white woman. So they get married like on this online thing, right?
I didn't know you could get married online.
It's some kind of for like not. I don't think it's necessarily legal here,
Yeah.
maybe, but like it's.
Maybe it's a spiritual union.
I don't know what it is,
Okay.
but somehow some kind of union had
Right.
happened,
Right.
and he said, "Oh, come to me."
My sweet blonde lady.
So she comes, and he gives her the address. She gets there, and according to, I think his name is Bilal. I think it's the dude that's telling the story is Bilal, but the boy's name is Ahmed. So
Okay.
Bilal is telling the story. Ahmed is
Okay.
okay.
The
So
victim.
so Ahmed says, "Come join me in my home country," and so she spends her money and gets a plane ticket and flies over. Meanwhile, she's got children here with other baby daddies. Okay, so according to Bilal, who is our Pakistani friend who
Mm-hmm.
is giving us all the tea,
Mm-hmm.
he says Ahmed lives in, and this is his words,
Okay.
he referenced it as the hood.
Okay.
Like in like apartments that like not the best area.
Okay.
So she rolls up to his apartment complex, knocks on the door, and he's like, "Oh, well, okay, well maybe I can like whatever." Like he was just like kind of like whatever.
Okay.
So mom comes out and was like, "Oh hell no." Mom slams the door in her face, like, "Nope, out of here." And below says that I guess with all the stuff that happened in their past and stuff, for their country, they view lighter skin as like the supreme whatever of
Yeah.
beauty. And so mom was like, "Get out of here."
Hell no.
So meanwhile, she refuses to leave the apartment, right? The apartment complex. She camps out. Like she's like, "I am not leaving. I'm not leaving without my man.
Oh my
I want my
gosh.
husband." And all these people are like, "Who the heck is this lady?" Like, it's a tight knit community.
Oh
Everybody
my.
knows each other. And so after a couple of days of this woman refusing to leave this parking lot, like she's like camped out, like, "No, I'm not leaving. I want my husband. I'm not leaving this country." The news finds out and
Okay.
starts reporting. Like they're like setting up camp with her.
Oh my
It was
gosh.
like a circus, like a circus. So the lady is not leaving. The media started coming out to report on this. She initially wouldn't speak to the media, but then once she did start speaking, she started making demands to the government of land and money. And then telling them that like they needed to be cleaned up, like this country needs to be cleaned up, and they needed to give her land and money, and she would get this cleaned up. Like she was like, "Let's make Pakistan
Oh
great again."
my gosh.
So this humanitarian who's like very well respected that was there got involved, and his name is Chipa.
Okay.
So Chipa is trying to help her and like, trying to translate, and
Mm-hmm.
he's camping out with her, trying to make sure whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And she kept mispronouncing his name as Chupa, which has a very derogatory.
Oh, it means.
It means, I believe, I tried looking it up, but I couldn't find like a direct whatever.
Okay.
But I believe it means suck it. So poor Chipa is
Poor
now
Cheapa.
Chipa's now a meme
Yeah,
over in Pakistan.
oh, Cheapa, just trying to do the good. Oh my gosh.
So as the circus continues, according to Bilal, our lovely little friend,
Uh-huh.
all of these unsavory like single men are now lining up to like, oh, well, I can get a green card. Yeah, I'll marry you. Right,
Oh my
imagine that,
gosh.
right? Even a blind man
Well,
said, "Well, she can take me over to America. I can get my eyesight fixed."
no. This is crazy.
This is a circus. So at this point, the humanitarian is able to get a hold of her son,
Okay.
who is saying that she's got some like mental illness going. Yeah,
No, you don't say.
yeah. So Chipa tries to take her to a psych ward over there, and later it was reported that she escaped and was found at the local McDonald's.
I
So
mean,
Chipa goes and finds her, and he was like, "Oh, just like give her whatever." So she's like, "I want two like double whatever
mm-hmm.
burgers. I want two large fries." I mean, ordered like one of everything
Uh-huh.
or two of everything off the menu. And this poor dude's like, "What are you doing?"
She's feeding both of her personalities.
Yeah, they're like, "Who is she eating for?" So after eating the McDonald's, they go back to the apartment complex where another young man is trying to be kind and like offering her food, and there's video of her now like on the news there flirting with this guy.
You are
she's,
married,
she's
woman.
like, I really like the food here, and like
Oh
just
my
above and beyond, right? So now another meme has started that she just likes those young boys.
God.
So as of yesterday, she was still there, media's still following her. She now has a posse of people
Oh my
that is
gosh.
like her little gang
Oh my God.
that just chills with her. And this includes a police officer that has been assigned to her, a female police officer who now this woman calls her best friend, like they're besties. Yes.
My good, just to make sure she doesn't hurt herself or others, I'm sure.
Yeah, yeah. So and now like this hood complex is super protective of her.
They've
They,
claimed her.
yeah, so she's still there. She's still like wreaking havoc and making demands and doing her thing. But now she's got like a whole posse, and like this is like the talk of the news.
Oh my goodness. What do you think her people that are here think about her? They're like, y'all can keep her.
I'm like mind blown, mind blown. But during all of this, I guess somebody had initially dropped her back off at the airport, and she
Hmm.
stayed in the airport for 5 days, just like hiding in the airport because she had nowhere to go. Um, I just like this is just so bananas to me.
Same.
But yeah, let's make Pakistan great again.
Have you seen those? It's like a thread. You'll find like a post somewhere, and it's like a, usually between races, and it's like, okay, like black people would say, y'all can have Kanye,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
and we'll take Eminem.
Yeah.
And then the white people, I'm speaking for the white race that we do not want to give you Eminem, but we'll give you Taylor Swift or
Yeah.
something like that.
Uh-huh.
It sounds like they can keep her, and we know we don't want anything in return.
But this dude is like so genuinely like
Bilal.
he is reporting.
Is he, does he live there? Is he a
Yeah.
friend? Okay.
Yeah. But he speaks very, very, very good English. He's like, I was on TikTok and just watching. He's like, you can look, I don't even really do TikToks, but there's so much misinformation going on and the stories aren't being told right that I had to get on here. And he's like, I speak English. They'll understand me.
Bilal, not all heroes wear capes, buddy.
Yes, yes. Bilal is our new bestie
Nice.
who spills the tea.
I'm gonna have to find him.
Yeah, I'll link it. Oh my gosh,
Okay.
he's wonderful.
Did you happen to see that Diddy had got taken to the ER
Yes,
for knee pain or something?
yes, whatever.
I know.
Let him have his pain. Let him sit in it.
Right. So we had talked before about a documentary that was coming around, and I thought there were two. I could never find a second one. Did you ever watch one?
There's one on Hulu that I haven't watched yet. I
Okay.
was supposed to watch it before this episode, but I didn't.
Yeah, I think there was one, or I thought there was one on Prime, and I looked and couldn't find it. I might watch it when I'm scrolling through, but
Yeah.
still so much stuff coming.
I know, and I hate to say this, like I'm burned out on Diddy.
Yeah, yeah.
I did see that they're supposed to be releasing the list of who,
Accomplices
yeah,
or victims?
no accomplices, I
Okay,
guess. And then another bodyguard just did an interview not too long ago.
okay,
Yeah, he did testify in court already
okay.
about his
Crazy.
stuff.
Um, well, the Grammys were this week.
Uh-huh.
You saw Beyonce won Country Music Album of the Year.
No comment.
Just putting it out there for the people.
I saw that Jay-Z bought Beyonce a gift this week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you see
Exactly.
that Kanye, speaking of Kanye, was not invited and he showed up with his
Oh my gosh.
naked wife?
Who had basically just like a pantyhose skirt on.
Yes. Yes.
You could see nips and cracks and everything.
Yes. Or her hoo-ha.
All of the things.
All the things. She
Yeah.
looked so
And
uncomfortable.
then she was asked to leave.
Well,
Or they were asked
they
to
weren't
leave.
invited.
Right. Like
They crashed the party.
we're not even glad you came. So can you leave now? And I want to know what he said to her. I kept scrolling trying to find it, but they were trying to tag the people that read lips all the time. Like, what did he say? What? And I never found any info there. But yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah. Not a good look.
No, that was pretty much all I had, I think, to talk about.
Okay. You want to do Am I the A-hole?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Shut up.
Yeah.
I'm already invested in.
Well, I know you like our wedding ones.
Yeah.
So
They're entertaining.
yes.
Okay. So this is by some dear old Lacey. Yeah. Wearing a wedding dress to her brother's wedding. My brother and his wife planned a winter wonderland wedding. Everyone's supposed to be dressed in either silver, white, or light blue to fit the theme. All the outfits were supposed to be dramatic. Even my brother's wife said she didn't mind if they didn't even stand out. We were all supposed to look like rock stars. There was even to be a prize for the best dressed guest at the end, a fun game, and I wanted to play along. I saw a lot of his other friends were buying expensive gowns and they were looking gorgeous. I haven't been working so much as of late, so there was no way for me to keep up with it. I had dinner with him a few months before the wedding, and my brother suggested that I wear my own wedding gown, white and silver. Since I never ended up getting married, she agreed as well because other people were going to be in white anyway. The wedding came and I wore my wedding gown. I got complimented on it all night. I pulled no focus from the bride. It was quite clearly their night, and I won the Best Dressed award. The wife was super nice the entire night, but then I didn't hear from my brother for about a week. When I went over to find out what had happened, apparently his wife was extremely upset at me wearing the wedding gown and that I had ruined her big day, and the only person who should be in a wedding dress at a wedding is the bride. I agree, but I had former confirmation from both of them, so I didn't think it would be an issue. She called me a lot of names, and my brother even said, the way she's been talking about me, he's starting to regret marrying her. He's very protective of his siblings. I can kind of see where she's coming from, and I feel like my dress has driven this wedge between them already. The guilt is basically eating me alive. She says I'm an a-hole and I should have known better despite her obvious reluctant confirmation. And my brother says I'm completely fine and did nothing wrong. I'm torn. Am I the a-hole?
No. She should have said something at the time that they were discussing it prior to the wedding.
I kind of think she is. I think that that bride probably was like, surely she's not really asking me to wear a wedding dress.
Well, she didn't ask. The brother brought it up. The brother suggested it, and and the wife was like, "Yeah, do it." So,
But yeah, and I know she did, but she was probably, I don't know.
well, you can't get mad about it after. Like,
You can't, but she really should have known better. Like,
but it sounds like, I mean, like other people were, I'm sure, wearing white and
right. I
whatever.
mean, I'm kind of on the fence because
I think that
anything can be a wedding dress anymore. Like, it doesn't have to be the traditional whatever. And she said she didn't take away for the bride and groom, but still, like, I'd just even wearing something like, yeah, I think she's a little bit of an a-hole. She could have found something. She could have had, okay, or this. She could have modified that dress so it didn't look quite so brighty.
we don't know what it looks like.
It looked very brighty in my mind.
She's in a big ball gown,
Yes.
train,
and big poofies, like an 80s wedding gown. You're right, we don't. And money was an issue. I get it. But also she could have bought a $13 dress on Shein and
True.
I think a-hole.
I don't. I disagree. They had the whole conversation prior to the wedding,
Yeah.
and she was fine at the wedding. She didn't, like. I disagree. I think that the wife or afterwards was like, "Oh, snap!
Oh, snap.
She looked better than me."
I'm kind of torn too on like you're inviting people to wear
Yeah.
this stuff,
The wife, I think it like had regrets. I
I
think the
think
wife
so too.
thought like she wouldn't be bothered by the things
Yeah.
and then was bothered by the things.
hmm Yeah, she shouldn't have left it open to people wearing white. That was, to me, I was like, whoa, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, whoa. Like, I get it. I get that you want your pictures to look nice and everybody to kind of match, but if you're asking people to wear white, that's opening up a whole can. I do think, though, I do think she's an a-hole. I think she could have found something else somehow and not worn her wedding dress.
Okay. Well, I disagree. And if anybody's a hole, it's the brother for bringing it up.
Yeah. Now, I don't think that that should drive a wedge between them, though. Like, if that seems very trivial
Yeah.
for them to be having that much issues over that.
Well, the brother probably had the same reaction I did. Like, dude, you said it was fine.
Right.
And
Right.
she's like, she's like, you're supposed to support me. You're my husband.
Right.
So I'm sure that's a little bit of it.
I'm sure
It
it
might
is.
not even like make her like so mad, but it's probably that the brother is sticking up for the sister and like digging
It's
his heels in.
it's the
And
lack of
yeah.
support there.
hmm
Yeah, probably.
So I think that's, I don't know. I don't know these people, but that's what I think.
We have these scenarios in our head about all these.
Created
We do. We do.
whole movie in my head
We
right
do.
now.
Well, I think maybe not an a-hole, but I do think it was very, to use a word my mom would use, crass.
Okay.
How do you feel though about them requesting people to wear something specific? Like I like the image of the everybody wearing same color in pictures,
Mhm.
but I feel like that's a little,
Yeah, but I love a good theme.
yeah, I do too, but I mean you're already asking people,
Yeah.
take your date, come to this wedding, bring me a gift, dang it, and dress up.
Bring me cash, okay?
Right, right. And by the way, when you dress up, wear puce that you don't look good in. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's kind of demanding. It's
yeah.
kind of bridezilla-ish.
It's a request. It's not a requirement. It wasn't like if they didn't pass dress code, they're not getting in. Um,
Do we know that?
we'll just say request on there.
Everyone was supposed to be dressed.
Okay. Well, I don't know. If I came in like hot pink, because
I would be more pissed at that.
I would stand out.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, we have a lot of feelings about dresses and weddings, apparently.
I love a good wedding though.
Do you want to come to my nephew's with me?
I will.
Come on, it'd be fun. Brian says he's gonna eat popcorn and watch the show. There's drama.
I like drama.
I know you do.
It's not
I might
mine.
need somebody scrappy in my corner, so
I got your back.
yeah, you
Okay.
might be bunking with me and Brian. I mean, not in that way, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're torn on that one. I don't know if we've ever been torn before on an a-hole.
Not this torn. We got our first.
It's okay. Agree to disagree.
Yes. This is how it works, people.
It does. It sure does.
Okay, so our book review. Okay, so
Yeah.
if y'all are not our book people, this is your time to leave.
If you're
We
not a
love you.
bookie, we love you. Bye.
Bye. So now for our true listeners.
For those of you that are intelligent, thanks for staying.
This week we did read The Drowning Woman by Robin Harding.
Yep.
And I thought the book was done really well.
I thought so too.
Did you like it?
I did like this book.
Okay.
I had to do a little mental refresh because I read it almost immediately after, so I had to think about it. It's just been so long.
Same. So we had two different point of views in this book.
Yeah.
And it switched halfway through. It wasn't like chapter by chapter. It was half of the book was Lee and half of the book was
Hazel.
Which I kind of I liked it. There was no confusion. It was
Right. I didn't like when they stopped Lee's part because
Yeah.
I was like, what the crap? Like, what are we doing now?
yeah,
And then
They
they
wrapped it up.
start, yeah,
wrapped it up at the end.
yeah.
I loved that there wasn't too many characters to get lost in, and
Mhm.
she, because of the dual point of view,
Mhm.
like you really got to know these characters.
You did.
Yeah.
You
So
did.
you were like in it with them.
You were very much in it, and in so much that I was so depressed at the beginning of this book because they're talking about the one, was it Lee who
Lee.
had lost her job and was living in, or
Well, so
because
Lee
of the story.
Lee
Yeah.
opened a restaurant during COVID, or
Yeah.
right before COVID.
Yeah.
She then had to close the restaurant with COVID and was taking loans to try to keep her staff employed and took
Stay afloat.
loans from unsavory people.
Mm-hmm.
And when she had to close her restaurant for good, she wasn't able to pay those loans back, and
Yeah.
those people were threatening her life.
Yep.
So she runs
She disappeared.
she runs
So,
across country,
yep.
and that's where we meet Lee.
Yes.
Lee is now homeless, lives in her car, and is having all sorts of problems with
Mm-hmm.
that.
And she's like working at a little diner. So she was like Steph said, she was the chef, she was the owner, she was the all of the things, and now she's like grilling burgers and onion rings.
She's not even cooking, she's just
She's a
serving.
wait server. Yeah. I had a whole nother story in my head again. But yeah, so she's not even like she's way overqualified for what she's doing.
Right.
But she's just doing what she has to do again, living in her car. And yeah, a string of bad luck with like she'll finally get enough money for something and then
Well, so somebody breaks into her car while
yep,
she's sleeping
yep.
and steals her purse, which has everything in it, her phone, ID, everything.
Mm-hmm.
And so then she's like, I need somewhere safe. She goes to a fancy neighborhood
Yep.
and just figured, well, if the cops come, I'll just drive away. She gets woken up by a woman screaming or crying,
Mm-hmm.
yelling or whatever, and then a splash. And she wanted to make sure this person was okay because she's still a kind person. And the world hadn't beat her down that much yet. But she finds Hazel
Mm-hmm.
in the ocean drowning,
Yep. Yep.
or what she perceives as drowning.
Right.
So then that's where we meet Hazel. Hazel, after she gets out of the ocean, tells Lee that she is in a contractual marriage.
Crazy.
So she signed over basically her life
Yes.
to be a slave to her husband.
Yep.
Because her mom has dementia and is in a facility that
facility.
the now husband is paying for.
Yes.
He slapped that on her right before the wedding
Mm-hmm.
and said that if you don't sign this, I'm not marrying you.
Yep.
And your mom will be on the street.
Yep.
So
it like escalated. Like when they first met, it was like
she went there looking for a man with money.
of course.
And
Of
she got
course.
it. Be careful what
Yes.
you ask for.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, like you said, all of a sudden before the wedding, it turned into, I think, did they call it master slave?
Uh-huh. Well, it was total power of exchange.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Where she made
Was
no
a slave.
decision. Yes. She made no decisions. He told her what she was eating, what she was wearing, when to brush her teeth.
Made her get plastic surgery.
Yep.
Yeah.
All the things. That was crazy to me.
Yeah. I am not built for that.
Mm-mm. Me neither.
I would not be a good
Me neither.
one to do that too.
Some of the thought processes, though, when they were trying, well, we can spoilers. Like when they were she was trying to tell Lee what to do so she could disappear. And she was like, okay, go to my house. The money's in the drawer, do all this stuff. Like the step by step by step by step was crazy to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I felt so bad because, again, this is another, you don't know what's going on behind closed doors.
Yeah.
I initially thought, well, maybe she's lying,
Yeah.
maybe she's not, she just wants her husband dead.
Right.
Or to try to,
Right.
I didn't know where it was going at
Right.
first. But Lee kind of judged her a little bit.
Yeah.
And that kind of made me, I mean, I think we all probably, whatever.
Yeah.
We all judge. But I felt so bad for Hazel in that moment because
Mm-hmm.
you could tell that Lee was judging her. Like, you've got this beautiful life. Like, shut up.
Right. What do
Like,
you have to
stop
complain
whining.
about? Who cares if he tells you what to do?
Yeah. That was definitely the vibe.
Yeah.
And then it progressed to be, it ended up becoming friends, or so Lee thought. And
I wanted them to join forces.
Mhm.
That was what they wanted us to think.
Yeah.
They were, yeah.
And then Lee starts dating this guy who, in the second half of the book, we find out is Hazel's lover.
Yeah. Lover.
Who they're setting up Hazel up to basically take the fall for a murder.
It's just a patsy. This was a very complicated book, but it was told so well you don't get confused. I really, really liked the 2 points of view, telling the same story just from both of their perspectives. And I mean, that's obviously how you learn all of the pieces, but that was done so well to me. And they came across so different. Like, I listened to the book, you did too.
Same, yeah.
Even just like they came across so freaking different that you knew who was who, what was what. I loved the way it was done.
Me too. Yeah, I thought it was so good.
What'd you think about the smarmy boyfriend lover?
Oh,
yeah.
I'm like picturing like the slime ball.
Like thinks he's hot.
Like, yeah. like ponytail, you know.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. And
Oh,
then,
he was a trainer at the gym that she
right.
went to. And he was also a client of her husband, who is a criminal
Mm-hmm.
defense attorney.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a bad guy.
Yeah. But
So,
come to find out, the husband had put him to work in the gym.
to kill the wife.
Ah, there was double agents, there was triple agents, there was just so much going
So
on.
many double crossings.
Yeah. Yeah. I could listen to this again. I'm not, because
Yeah.
there's other books to read, but I could listen to it again to
Yeah.
now that you have the end picture in mind.
Hmm. So I thought it was great.
Me
If
too.
you all have not read it, I highly recommend reading it.
Absolutely. Agree.
And what would you give it?
Oh, like a 9.
Same. Yeah. I thought it was so
I
good.
would read more by her.
Me too. Yeah. This is the first book I think I read by her,
Same.
and it was great.
It was very good. It was very good.
Yeah.
Read it if you didn't, or if you're here, you know what happens. But it's much better when
I can
Robin.
tell all of it though.
No, but and it's much better when she explains it. Obviously, that's why she gets paid the big bucks. Um,
Our next book is Every Last Fear by Alex Finley.
nice.
And here is a blurb for next week. After a late night of partying, NYU student Matt Pine returns to his dorm room to devastating news. Nearly his entire family, his mom, his dad, his little brother, and sister, have been found dead from an apparent gas leak while vacationing in Mexico. The local police claim it was an accident, but the FBI and State Department seem far less certain, and they won't tell Matt why. The tragedy makes headlines everywhere because this isn't the first time that the Pine family has been thrust into the media spotlight. Matt's older brother, Danny, currently serving a life sentence for the murder of his teenage girlfriend, Charlotte, was the subject of a viral true crime documentary suggesting that Danny was wrongfully convicted. Though the country has rallied behind Danny, Matt holds a secret about his brother that he's never told anyone. The night Charlotte was killed, Matt saw something that makes him believe his brother is guilty of the crime. When Matt returns to his small hometown to bury his parents and siblings, he's faced with a hostile community that was villainized by the documentary, a frenzied media, and memories he'd hoped to leave behind forever. Now, as the deaths in Mexico appear increasingly suspicious and connected to Danny's case, Matt must unearth the truth behind the crime that sent his brother to prison, putting his own life in peril and forcing him to confront his every last fear. Told through multiple points of views and alternating between past and present, Alex Finley's Every Last Fear is not only a page-turning thriller, it's also a poignant story about a family managing heartbreak and tragedy and living through a fame they never wanted.
Now, I'm excited about this book. I think the storyline sounds really good, but just when they said different points of view and different timelines, I'm going to have to take my medicine before I
Yeah.
listen to this one.
I actually finished it.
Okay,
So,
cool.
yeah, I think you'll enjoy it.
Probably.
Yeah.
It just sounds like a little.
Yeah, it's up our alley.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited. So that's E week. We're already on E.
I know.
Woohoo! Moving right through the alphabet. Cool. Well,
Well, I can do the kazoo because it has millions of dollars every year.
right. Not anymore. Cool. Well, I think that's it today.
I think so. Please like, subscribe, do all the things. We love you.
Leave us a review, please. We love you.
Bye.
Bye.